Cordial greetings, dear teacher. I'm Wendy Montaño, and today I will be talking a little about the Law 115 of 1994 and its Title 6. We will analyze a little the topics that is covers by means of critical thoughts. We will depend a little, we will reflect, and of course, we will analyze a topic as important as it is in education in Colombia, of course. Through this presentation, give me a moment. Through this presentation, we have introduction and, of course, we will understand a little of the highlight of Law 115 of 1924, 94, pardon, also known as a general law of education, knowing that this is the fundamental regulatory framework um, to organize and regulate the education system in Colombia. Within it, we find Title 6, which is focused on essential aspect related to the exercise of teaching, establishing provision on the teaching career, the career later, teaching managers, and incepting issues that will be of great importance today. Okay, so the law 115 1994. Give me a moment, my computer is so bad today. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm sorry, teacher. I'm really, really sorry for this. Okay, the law 115 of 1994, also called the General Education Law, is the law that organizes and regulates the entire educational system in Colombia, establish the principal objectives, levels, rights, and duties of education in the country in general terms. It seeks to form integral citizens with human, social, ethical, and democratic values. It has a structure of educational system that comes from initial education. I mean, preschool, basic education, primary and secondary, middle education, higher education to adult education, special education, and ethno education. This law defines the role of students, parents, teachers, managers, and the states, and of course, establish the rules for the entry, promotion, and incentives of teachers. Also promotes autonomy, inclusion, and diversity. Let's start with the teaching career, okay? Let's start with the teaching career. So, um, according to Law 115 of 1994, Article 116, teaching is a profession of social interest, and in order to practice, it is required to have a degree education or postgrad degree. Law C 715 of 2001 established that admissions must be through a merit-based competition guaranteeing transparency, and the decree 1278 and 2002 complements this by stating that only those who pass the evaluation may belong to the teaching career. Okay, however, we ask ourselves of questions. So, what does what does it mean to be a teacher? According to the law, the minimum required is to have a bachelor's degree or pedagogical studies, mentioned by Article 111. But if we look at it in more deep, being a teacher, guys, for buying a degree, it means assuming and arms social responsibility, empathy, and commitment to diversity, and above all, vocation of service. For me, a good teacher not only transmits content, but also inspire and transform life. Let's think an example. A teacher on a sidewalk without internet. She not only teach mathematics, but also accompanies, listens, and motivates her student not to drop out of school. This is what I am referring to as the true meaning of teaching a career in Colombia, knowledge plus service plus humanity. My criticism here is that the law remains in the formal requirements, but little is said about mm, the accompaniment of the teacher who start in difficult conditions. This is a pending depth of the system. Okay, now we let's look. Sorry, teaching career later. Huh, an interesting topic. Um, the law 115 articles 117 and 118 states that is promotion system that allows teachers to be promoted based on merit academic training and evaluations. Decree 2277 of 1979 created the first grades, and Decree 1278 of 202, 2002, modernized this scheme. How does one move up? This could be easy to answer. Okay, how to ascend? How to ascend is the question through the additional students' experience and basing competency evaluations. Each level implies higher salaries and greater pedagogical sorry, responsibility. And hierarchy implies better salaries, professional recognition, and greater pedagogical responsibilities. For example, moving from grade 1 to 2 means access to a better salary and the possibility of leading a school research process. For example, a teacher who has just graduated can, with effort and additional studies, reach a higher level in the hierarchy and become an academic reference in his or to her institution. Privacy that is to focus on standardized tests that not to reflect creativity in the classroom. Now, let's talk about of this teachers managers. Teachers managers. Who are they and what are their functions? Okay, so we can see these questions. Um, they are school leaders who must direct the institutional education project PEA and accompany teachers, manage researches, and promote educational quality. They also ensures of accompanying teachers in pedagogical process, manage the institution research, and above all, guarantee educational quality. Um, and that's all. But if we analyze the reality, many end up overlaid with administrative work and it with little time to exercise real pedagogical leadership. Okay, and these incentives, motivation, recognition, professional welfare, commitment to improve working. So, what are the benefits of motivating teacher? What are the benefits of this? And teacher incentive law 115 articles 100 to 121 and 122 contemplates benefits such as study commissions, scholarships, bonus, and merit awards. Degree um, 1278 of 2002 complements then and stating that economic and academic incentive may be weighted of outstanding performance, even the National Development Plan, training advance, training programs for teachers. When we ourselves what benefits are they to motivate? There are opportunities to study abroad, access post-grad scholarships, and obtain salary bonus. An example could be a teacher from Bogota, Medellin, Cucuta, who obtains a master scholarship thanks to his or her good performance and then returns to his or her, of course, institution with new knowledge that benefits um, his or his students. Yes. Okay, for me, this needs to improve all teachers, even those in remote rural areas, should have real access to same benefits. Okay, and the uh, we have a little final reflections. For me, education is equal social transformation. But and limitations they really motivate is the question what can be improved. So, and we will end this presentation with this reflection under some questions that will leave as questions showing many existing factors within the educational system. It's not a secret. What do I think of this provision? I think that the Title 6 of the law represents an significant advance by recognizing teaching as a profession and providing with a legal framework. But its application has fallen short of the abilities of the country, but its application has fallen short of the realities of the country. Do you think they really motivate teachers? If we analyze it only, not always. Schools should be an engine of proud. And but sometimes it comes a break, insanity are value, but they reach few instincts of being leaders, teacher managers, often and up being bureaucrats. What would I change or improve? I will change the logic of the hierarchy so that it values pedagogical innovation more than a simple standardized test. I will strengthen incentives, guarantee and equitable access throughout the country. And I will redefine the role of managers if I could. And so that they concentrate on pedagogical issues. In short, I would it would propose a more human and less bureaucratic vision of teaching with valuable investment for a country. And that investment must be with those who make education possible teachers. That's all for today. Thank you, teacher, for watching this video, and I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Thanks for everything. We see you later. Bye.